This is ICASTnews.com, live and direct from United Nations headquarters in New York City. And this is Heat in the Middle East. This year, the report on children in armed conflict brought horrifying news. 8,000 children killed across the last year, 2016. But what's getting attention is something specific in the report. What's getting attention is, for the first time, the new Secretary General of the UN is insisting on naming names, and in the war in Yemen, on the Arab Peninsula, where Yemen is bordered by Saudi Arabia, the report calls to task for the deaths of children, the maiming of children, the bombing of schools, a coalition led by Saudi Arabia. The Secretary General of the United Nations noted, this year, there's a list of parties that need to take action to protect children. On that list, a new part of the report, is Saudi Arabia. The Saudi coalition's actions objectively led to the listing for the killing and maiming of children, with 683 children casualties attributed to this party as a result of being responsible for 38 verified incidents for attacks on schools and hospitals in 2016. In the very strict accounting of the United Nations report on children in conflict zones, if they got 38 verified incidents, that may mean that there were 100 incidents that weren't verified. But what's significant here is the difference a year makes. Under the new Secretary General, Antonio Guterres, Mr. Guterres is a man of more backbone, more fiber, and he saw the mistake of his predecessor. A year ago, Ban Ki-moon, the Secretary General of the United Nations, fell and failed to respond to the pressure of the Saudis, who said they did not want to be blacklisted, and the addendum to the report did not want to say that they were killing children in Saudi Arabia. In one of the most shameful episodes in his years of Secretary General, he admitted, Ban Ki-moon admitted, that he succumbed to the pressure of the Saudis because they have so much money and so much influence. This year, they're saying that more than 50% of the deaths in Yemen were caused by the Saudi-led coalition. Abdul al-Mulami, the Saudi ambassador, was having none of it. He immediately had a press conference today rejecting the part of the report that attributed deaths and damage to his coalition. He blamed everything on the Houthi rebels who the Saudis are fighting. But even as this was happening, reports came in from just a day ago saying there were more bombings, and the bombs, by the way, are U.S.-made munitions, killing children across Yemen. This year's report of the committee looking into children in deadly conflicts, published in the 6 languages of the United Nations, was much more specific. This year, there are 64 parties named. That's up from 59 the year before. But what is getting the most attention is the fact that the Saudis, that big, rich country, can no longer browbeat the Secretary General. Some human rights groups are complaining that there was not enough pressure, not enough attention pointed to the Saudi-led coalition. But this is a first step, and it shows the great difference that one leader, Mr. Guterres, can make over one man who some here have called a coward, a weakling, and somebody who, it's good, has left the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon. It's a new year and a new world, but who knows how much this will help the situation in beleaguered Yemen. For ICASTnews.com, live and direct from United Nations headquarters in New York City, for Heat in the Middle East, I'm Jonathan Sanders.